I think when we went to the orphanage and saw the school, some of my first impressions were they seemed to, like at the orphanage, seemed to adopt some American values. I noticed kids picking up trash, which is not what they do over here. The buildings themselves seem to stand out, maybe not so much now and in the future as they did in the past. And then also the discipline and organization of the school. At the school, the kids, especially the morning assemblies, even though they don't have probably the curriculums and resources available that they'd like to have, they seem to maximize what they do have and use it in a very organized way.
First impression when pulling up is there's not enough here for all the orphans. There's not enough here, but they have utilized what they've had in the past. And to see how the teachers have embraced everything, the love of the teachers there, the leaders at the Bender School, want to change the lives of their kids, and that was very evident from the very moment that they were introduced to us. And seeing what they didn't have there, I guess, impacted me the most, because they don't have the luxury of books. They don't have the luxury of air conditions, the things that we have in the U.S. And still, the kids line up there at school, they're ready to go to school, they're ready to learn, they're happy with smiles. So the big impact is of being able to see that, to view it, and to see that the children love to go to school, love each other, and just enjoy what they have there, even though they have very little compared to us.
This is my third trip. I've seen Shepherd Care Orphanage grow, and I've seen it's just getting bigger and bigger. There's new projects at the academy that they plan. It just keeps growing and growing, and my impression is that it'll keep on growing. Even the people, more and more people are going there, more and more people are getting taken care of. It's just a wonderful, loving compound. They have wonderful teachers there, and just very friendly.
What has impressed me the most about the Bender Care schools and the orphanage is how structured they are. These kids over here are very well mannered. The lack of discipline is not here. These kids are well behaved.
My first impression of Shepherd's Care Orphanage when we drove in was, wow. It is a beautiful building with children everywhere. My next impression was of Bender School. 3 stories. It is the first 3-story building that we saw in the Echo community anywhere. It towers over many of the other places, so it very much stands out. In touring the orphanage, there were 30 residents there. It's 30 children residents, as well as the people who work there. The children are extremely happy, they're well fed, they're well taught. It is a very happy place and a very needed place. Bender School, fantastic. Kinsley, the principal, is a fantastic guy, as well as Basile. They allowed us to go into their classrooms openly and freely. The children are well disciplined. We watched them one morning before they went into school, and they sing their songs, they do their dance, they march to school. Here in Nigeria, it is totally different than in the United States. In the United States, prayer is out of school, Jesus is not mentioned in school, and there is no discipline. Here in Nigeria, the children are so much better behaved. The children look and are responsive to their teachers and very obedient. And I think for several reasons. Number 1, they're taught the Word of God in school. Number 2, they can speak about Jesus in school. And number 3, there is discipline that goes behind that, and that's a stick that the teacher carries around, and if need be, it is used. And so my impression of Shepherd's Care Orphanage and Bender School, phenomenal.
Well, my impression of Shepherd Care Orphanage and Bender Scholar Schools, it goes all the way back to the very inception of the beginning of both of these, since Marcy and I were involved in both of these institutions from the beginning. And I'm impressed with the kids as they grow and mature, with the workers at the orphanage, the teachers at the school. They're very dedicated, and we're seeing that. They teach discipline, which is a lost art in the United States, it seems, but the kids reflect what they're taught. They teach the Bible. They teach about Jesus Christ and what He can do for our life, and we've lost that in our country, and it's sad, but we can go over there and see, and it's just a great thing to see the school, to see the orphanage that's caring for kids in a special way. The concept that Chaplain Richard had from the very beginning in the orphanage was that some of the older widows who maybe even destitute themselves without a place to live come in and work in the orphanage and help take care of the orphans. The orphanage reaches out in the community and has many, even 150 plus orphans that are placed in the community that do not reside on the premises, and so they have a far-reaching effect there. It's just a great concept, a great execution of a plan that I'm sure God smiles upon.